When presented with certain stimuli, humans sometimes exhibit instantaneous involuntary movements called reflexes. The patellar reflex, for example, is displayed when the patellar tendon is stricken by a blunt object. The strike stimulates muscle spindles and other sensory receptors to contract the quadriceps and relax the hamstring, causing the leg to kick. Just after birth, humans have even more reflexes, such as the grasp reflex, the Babinski reflex, the diving reflex, and the fencing reflex. These are called primitive reflexes. As infants grow older and their frontal lobe continues to develop, these reflexes are inhibited for the rest of their life.
Isabella here is going to show us the grasp reflex, where once you put something in their hands, to bend their fingers and grasp onto it. It's just in there. Oh, don't eat that ice cream. Here. See? Grasping reflex. This is the plantar reflex, or Babinski's reflex, where if you rub something blunt across the bottom of their foot, they bend their big toe and they fan out their little toes. See, big toes up and little toes are fanned out. Good job, fella.
The Babinski or plantar reflex occurs when upper motor neuron control over the flexion reflex circuit is interrupted. Infants display the Babinski sign, which is an abnormal plantar reflex because of low myelination of the corticospinal tracts. This usually continues until the infant is about 12 months old. As myelination begins to develop into a more mature form, the infant starts displaying a normal plantar reflex.
Fencing reflex. She might be too young or too old for this. But you kind of get to if you bend her face to this direction and she extends her arm out in that direction. Bend it this way. See the head, doggy man? See, she extends her leg, extends her arm, and then curls the other side of her body.
The fencing reflex, or the asymmetrical tonic neck reflex, occurs when an infant's head is turned to the side. The arm on the side the head was turned to will straighten, and the opposite arm will bend. It's called the fencing reflex because the infant's position resembles one of someone who is fencing. This reflex also prepares the infant for voluntary reaching.
Now, this is called the diving reflex. Whenever the infant's face is in the water, their epiglottis closes so they don't suck into the water. You do that? 1, 2, 3. Good. Are you ready, dog? Oh, bro. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Bella. It worked though.
Though the fencing reflex disappears by about 12 months, adults still display a similar reflex called the fencing response. This response is exhibited when a good amount of force is applied to the brainstem. Immediately following impact, the arm of the same side of the head that was struck is extended, and the forearm of the opposite side is flexed. Following most concussions, the arms remain rigid for several seconds, even while on the ground. To test this response, I decided to experience it for myself.
I'm Jacob Fisher. This is the fencing response. Alright, whenever you're ready. Oh my god! Addison! You! That hurts so!
Are you okay, dude? Are you okay, man? Are you okay? How are you feeling, man?
The fencing response.